Hey, John Cruz here. Don't forget about the Carolina rig. The Carolina rig has been around for many, many years, caught fish all over the country. Don't forget about it. I'm gonna give you a few different tips so when you go digging out how to tie on a Carolina rig, you can do it and know what you're doing. First of all, I like to have these cylindrical weights. They come through cover, especially rock and grass, much better than anything else. And then I have usually 2 beads. I don't think the color or style or anything is that important, but I like 2 beads just to create a little bit of action in there. I got a Spro swivel, and then I'm gonna have a leader on there anywhere from 12 inches all the way up to 4 and 5 feet. Depending, the clearer the water, the longer I like my leader. That's kind of just a general rule of thumb. This is the Missile Baits Baby D Stroyer. It is an absolute nasty bait on a Carolina rig. So that's kind of the setup. I usually have it on 20-pound Sunline mainline fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon makes a huge difference in the sensitivity. And I've got a Cashin 7-foot 3-inch medium heavy rod, high speed reel. That's the combination for my Carolina rigs. You can kind of adjust it from there, but that's essentially the setup. Now let's go to fishing it. When you go to fish your Carolina rig, you've got the long leader. You don't cast it like you do, say, a crankbait. You kind of have to slowly just lob it out there, and that big weight will get it on out there for you. I like to start somewhere in the 1/2 ounce range, but I'll tell you one little tip. The heavier your weight, I feel like the more fish you catch. But if you go too heavy, you're gonna get hung up all the time. So it kind of depends on what kind of cover you're fishing as to how big of a weight you want to go up to. If you can go up to a 1 ounce, by all means, do it. Now, once you get your bait out there, you want to just let it settle down to the bottom, take up all your slack, and then just make slow drags with it so you can bring it over top of the cover. Now I'm going to keep my line relatively tight and reel up my slack, and then make another slow drag with it. I'm going to do that all the way back to the boat. I can feel every inch of the bottom with that Sunline fluorocarbon, so I know exactly what my bait's coming over, and I can tell exactly when I get a bite.